Alright guys, what's up? It's Apollo here and welcome back to another glorious battle in Total War Rome 2. This is the continuation of the Rome 2 Siege tournament, and if you're just now hearing about the tournament or you missed a couple battles, they're all linked in the video description, so check it out. So before we dive into today's battle, I do want to give some shout outs here. McGregor, Brian Pavic, Tim Dobner, thank you guys so much for supporting the Patreon. It means a lot. Also, this video is sponsored by Ivacy VPNs. Highly recommend you get a VPN, guys. Good for privacy, good for a lot of things. There's a 5-year plan down in the video description, and it's only $1.33 a month. And there's also a discount code, lifetime 20. Alright, so yes, this is a siege tournament, but this is a pitched battle. Now, the reason we're seeing a pitch battle here, and we're going to go ahead and do some slow motion. The reason we're doing a pitch battle is because the two teams have tied in the last two last two battles. Now, remember, each team, if they win one, it goes to a pitch battle, which the pitch battle doesn't decide who wins this matchup, but rather who gets to pick to defend next game, because defending is usually a little bit easier than attacking. So let's say if this team wins this pitch battle, they will get to pick if they want to defend or attack. Now here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. This pitch battle, I need to explain something to you guys. This pitch battle does not matter, okay? There's some issues going on between the two teams, and I'm just, I'm super pumped about this. There's some drama, all right, going on between the two teams, which is always it's just exciting, because this next the third and final siege battle is going to be freaking intense. These teams, I'm not saying they hate each other, but let me just explain what happened here, and there's gonna be some juicy details here, so not really, but so what happened is that they played this pitch battle. They were going to get ready for the third battle, but one team did not show up on time. Now, that made the other team upset, and they said, hey, they should forfeit because they didn't show up. Well, I didn't want this matchup to end in a forfeit, so I tried to make both teams happy. And so what basically happens here is the team that loses this pitch battle will now be able to decide if they defend or attack, because the team that loses this pitch battle is the team that showed up, and the team that won this pitch battle is the team that didn't show up. So I was trying to make it fair by saying, hey, all right, how about the team that showed up, but even though they didn't win the pitch battle, let them decide if they want to attack or defend, because, well, they showed up. So that's what happens. Now, I'm not telling you which team won, which team lost. Obviously, I don't want to spoil that for you guys. But yeah, let's dive in here and check out the teams and what we're gonna see here. So on this side, we have the Hungry Wolves. So they are bringing Kush. In the center, we have the Galatian boys. In the very flank, we have the Seleucids. Now, they are going to be taking on Corby Fist Bader. On the very flank here, we have the Macedonians. Over here, we have Iceni. And then finally, we have the Boii. So a lot of barbarian factions, no surprise there. Let's press play. This is a very long pitch battle, which is going to be insane. I have no idea why this pitch battle is so long. I assume it's just a lot of skirmishing, possibly, between these two factions. So we're gonna speed it up here a little bit until they get started here. Macedon is kind of dragging behind a little bit. Actually, let's just do normal speed. Let's not rush this. Let's sit back, relax, enjoy this. So we've got some archers moving forward. Mercenary Syrian archers, very good, but they're not quite going into the front line. They've got these Galatian. They've got these swords in the front, kind of protecting them from enemy archer fire. So maybe he's taking more of a defensive approach. Over on this side, Kush, I can't see any of his archers. He could have archers, but I don't know. I don't see them. So they might be hidden. They might be hidden. They might have a good ambush abilities. The Seleucids have taken a more aggressive approach here, bringing a lot of Syrian heavy archers, and they're going to be trying to hopefully, their plan is to skirmish down the enemy. Let's see if they can do that. Macedon, on the other hand, I don't see any. Well, these are archers. Okay, so Macedon has the mercenary archers and some slingers. So these are two really good skirmishing forces here, about to go toe to toe. We also have the Seleucids shifting over some cav over to the very right flank. So we'll see how that plays out. And then we've got 2 units of companion cavalry that are also mirroring the Seleucid cav movement. Over in this side, the Iceni have pushed forward, and they're about to sling. They've got some nice slingers here, focusing down 1 unit at a time. So they're going to use concentrated fire to try to bring down these Syrian archers. But I don't see any deaths here. I don't see any. Oh, wait. There we go. Now we're starting to see them drop. But the Syrian archers are so well armored. They got that fish armor, fish scale armor, and they're so deadly from a distance that they seem to be winning this skirmish. Now, Iceni is pushing up some veteran riders. This is so intense, guys. This is so intense. Now, it is a shame that the outcome of this battle doesn't really affect the tournament, but nonetheless, this is some great battling going on here. And oh, here comes a charge. No, he's going to call it off. And at the time of this pitch battle, it was heated. You know, they were fighting for something. There we go. He's going back in for another charge. Iceni being very aggressive here. Look at this. He's just kind of sitting here in front of the armies with the veteran riders. And just like, look how patient players are. And look at what is he doing? He's going back and forth. Let's see if he goes for a charge. I really don't know. But, oh. And now he's getting shot with arrows. I mean, that's what I feared. I don't know why he would keep his cav in such close distance to the enemy archers while they're being protected by the swordsman. Good move there. I mean, this is an expensive. Oh, this is a very expensive unit. You know, they didn't kill all of them, but they killed a huge chunk, and that's it just seemed a little careless to me. But yeah, Iceni, they've got their slingers back. I don't know. It just seems like the Hungry Wolves, which again is this side, they seem to be doing well. They seem to be controlling this battlefield. Now, over on this side, we've got, holy moly, we've got some cav ready to move out. Also, Iceni sending over 2 units of heroic riders. Let's see what they do here. Now, the Kush, they have some very deadly cav as well, but they are outnumbered. And oh wait, oh okay, we got some allied cav supporting Kush here. So this might be one hell of a cav engagement. Let's see what happens here, though. Iceni's actually shifting back the cav. So maybe he's going to try to get aggressive here with this cav, maybe look for another opportunity. But really, I mean, if I was the Hungry Wolves at this point in the battle, I would just focus on this skirmish. I would use the skirmish against these players. And yeah, just take it slow. I wouldn't be too, because they are in control of this battle right now, basically, where the skirmishing is going very well, that it's gonna make Corby Fist Baiter, the team Corby Fist Baiter, they're gonna have to be aggressive here. Because they can't just sit back and skirmish. Look at the Syrian archers have moved up again. I think they're gonna start firing here soon. We also have the Syrian archers from the Seleucids moving up as well. Close behind, we've got the pikemen in position. Also mixed in with some thorax swordsmen. Very deadly, very awesome. These skirmishers are moving up, and I think they're going to start the skirmish again. Yeah, I mean, press the skirmish battle. You know, really make the enemy skirmish. Make the enemy make a decision here instead of just standing around. And sure enough, that's going to cause the Iceni to move up a little bit. The slingers are opening fire. We've got cav moving forward. And the Syrian archers are going to go ahead and fall back there. And look at they're breaking another unit here. Which I think this unit has already have kind of broken before, but yeah, they're definitely doing some damage. And now the Iceni is shifting all their cav over to this flank, and we are seeing some cav from Macedon move forward, some companion cav moving forward. Let's see if they get something going here. I want to see who's going to take the initiative here. Who's going to really start off this battle, because so far it's just been a little. It's been a little, you know, passive. Both teams being passive. They just are afraid to commit into this fight, which I completely understand, because they are fighting for, again, doesn't matter because of the situation, but they are fighting at this time to decide who's going to defend or attack on the tiebreaker battle. This is some heated stuff here, guys. And the fact that it ended like it did, well, it's not over, but the fact that one team didn't show up and it caused a lot of issues, there's going to be some bad blood between these two teams, and we're going to see one hell of a third match here coming out here soon. They're actually playing no, they played yesterday, so you will see the match soon. By the time of this recording, they played yesterday. So yeah, that's pretty sick, pretty cool. But again, Mastodon just kind of flirting over here, not really fully committing. Iceni just kind of holding their position here. We do have some skirmishers still shifting around. I'm not sure what he's trying to do here. It looks like he's coming over to maybe fire at the Bowie Eye skirmishers. Let's see, he's got some Celtic slingers. But Kush is moving forward, and maybe Kush is going to be the one who starts it off. A lot of these teams are very, very afraid of a frontal cav charge. You can see a lot of them using cheaper units of infantry to kind of take a brunt charge if it happens. So they're kind of just sitting back and using those units as a bit of a shield, a little bit of a buffer zone, so to speak, between you and enemy cav, and trying to out-skirmish the opponent that way. Now, more Syrian archers moving up, ready to open fire. Coming down and hitting these guys hard. And then over on this side, we've got more heroic riders, veteran riders, mixing in with the Macedonian cav. What is going on here with this cav? I'm really curious, like, what's going to happen, because they're so far up. They're pretty far away from the infantry, so if they went in for a charge, the infantry would be so far behind if they wanted to try to capitalize on a good cav charge. It's going to be tough for them. Now, they are moving up, what is this? Some spears to the fight. So they're going to try to help, win this battle through some nice spear infantry support if there is a cav engagement. Well, let's see what happens. I think Mastodon might actually be the one who starts this one off. Still, look at this cav. This is just insane. Insane. Very delicate situation from both teams. There we go. The archers vanishing into nothing. All right. So back here, the cav still just waiting. The spears are in position. They're in position. Nobody here has made the move yet. And now I understand why this pitch battle is so long. The two teams are really just trying to figure out the best plan of attack. They're trying to, one, they're trying to win the skirmish battle. Two, they're trying to figure out the enemy or their enemy's weakness. They're trying to find a soft spot in the armor, basically, to destroy their opponents. And I think both teams here have not really shown any soft spots. There's been a couple good volleys of skirmishers, but in terms of positioning, in terms of weakness, I just don't see any side here showing any kind of weakness. So now, of course, there are, weak points to the army, but it just seems like every player will be on top of it. It's going to be hard to out-micro. It's going to be hard to out-maneuver enemy forces. So I think it's got to come down to really the skirmish. I think whoever wins this skirmish is going to be looking pretty, because that's, like I said, it's going to make the other side, like if the team that's losing the skirmish is going to have to commit, because they can't just sit there and get shot at. So the slingers opening fire. Here we go. Veteran riders moving out. Maybe Iceni's going to be the first one to make a move. And they are going for the archers. Now, even if he doesn't charge here, which he is not, but he gets hit hard. Ooh, that hesitation really hurt his veteran riders. God, that was deadly. And they're going to shift and move over to the Kushite archers. And finally, we're getting some intense action here, but didn't really kill a lot there. But again, it doesn't matter, because they caused the Syrian archers to hold fire. And now they're getting hit by the slingers, but it looks like one of the slingers broke there. But now we've got another slinger unit moving up. So, yeah, that was a nice push by Iceni. They hesitated right at the end of the charge and got just destroyed by javelins. They did fully commit into this unit, but quickly broke away and tried to hit the archers from the flank here. But it's just they were too weakened to really do any damage. And now the Kushite archers focusing down on the Bowie Eye soldiers, the slingers. And there we go. Let's see. Nope. I thought we were going to see Iceni commit to this fight. But no, they're just moving up their slingers to try to compete with the Syrian archers. Syrian archers still have 3 units. I think that's what they started with. But they're going to fall back to the safety of their infantry. And Kush is going to continue to skirmish down. I still think the Hungry Wolves are winning this skirmish. Again, this side is Hungry Wolves. This side is Corby Fist Bader. So Macedon is flirting on the side still, not fully committing, and that's fine. I mean, I think he's going to use the element of surprise to the point where they're sitting here for so long, out of nowhere they're going to attack. And oh, wait, hold on, hold that phone, hold the phone. We've got a infantry moving forward. We've got an infantry moving forward. Oh my god. We've got infantry moving forward, much closer to their opponents. I think the Galatian soldiers here are feeling pretty lucky, and I think they've got. I mean, I would too at this point, because you are doing a great job of just really skirmishing down these enemy skirmishers. But yeah, they're much closer. And I think that's the only reason why he moved up the infantry, is so he can get his archers closer at the same time protecting the infantry. And that's causing Iceni in a very tough position. Here we go. Now we're seeing, oh, Boei might be going in. Okay, this is where we might have to do some slow motion, because this is going to be very intense. We've got a lot of units moving closer and closer. Still, no one is yet eager enough to commit. Again, Galatia moving up the infantry. I have a strange feeling that they're not fully going to commit. I think they're just going to move a little bit closer and let the skirmishers do all the hard work. That's what I would do in this situation. Kush is also in a very close to enemy formation. He is destroying archers of the Boei. Boei's general now getting shot at. That's a good thing for the Hungry Wolves. Hungry Wolves seem to be in control of this battlefield. Let's go ahead and just kind of... Oh, wait. We got our first infantry clash here. Shotel Warriors against some veteran spears supported by some Oathsworn. The nice little fight in the center. Finally, we've got some infantry going in. And it looks like Glacier is going to send in troops to support this fight. And Boei is kind of getting double teamed here a little bit. Uh-oh. Wow, how are these guys dropping so quickly? Is it from Macedon? Oh, yes, the Macedonian archers. See, it's tough because I think the Seleucids need to move up here and get their archers in play, because the Galatian Syrian archers are getting focused by Macedon because they're so far up. So I think the Seleucids need to move up, and here we go. Here comes support. Galatian noblemen. Oh, they were going to throw some jabbies, but they're going to decide to fall back and hold it. Very nice. These Shotel Warriors putting up a great fight. It seems that they have retreated one of the initial units. Yeah, they retreated the veteran spears, and here comes... Oh! He's trying to soften up that cav. And now they're fighting over there. Boei is repositioning some forces. Kush is now maneuvering more troops over here. Still, we're not seeing a full commitment. We're seeing partial units go in partial parts of the army go in and fight. Still very delicate situation, but it seems like things are going to unravel here first. And pretty, ooh, nice blockage there with the shields, preventing a lot of death there. Veteran spears forming a shield wall formation as the Galatian noblemen charge in. Over on this side, Galatia trying to flank around. Kush might want to charge in and try to deal with that. But Boei seems to be doing pretty well here. He's kind of holding his own. Cav looks like they're about to commit into the fight now. Look at this. Kushite Royal Guard charging in. Wow, this has been a great battle. Just a great battle. I know I'm moving the camera around a lot. It's because things are, a lot of pieces are moving essentially and trying to capture it all. But yeah, this has been excellent. Over here, look at this. Boei's charging the center lines, the main center lines of Kush, and they're going to go ahead and retreat. What was that? What the heck? But Kush is really microing intensely here. Again, they've got their allies supporting them, but it's going to be tough to tell who's going to win this one. There we go. Look at these forces are colliding in the center, and things are getting crazy. Look at now, units over here are joining the fight. Galatia's main army is joining the fight. Kush's main army is almost fully committed into this battle. So we have 20 minutes left in this battle replay. Cav now charging in. So the Cav battle has begun. Let's go ahead and do some slow motion here really quick. Make sure we're not missing anything. But there's some great fighting going on this flank over here. Lots of Cav, spears, sword units fighting to the death. I was going to say dying to the death, but yeah. Fighting to the death here. Kush is getting stomped right now in the center, and the Seleucids need to make a play here. The Seleucids have been too passive. I think they need to go in and they need to support their teammates because Kush and the Galatian forces are having a tough time right now. Look at this. Boei is doing an excellent job here. Excellent job. Archers moving up now. Archers who've used up all their ammo being tossed into the fight. Really taking that brunt charge from the Boei Noble Horse unit. Iceni crashing in over on this side as well, causing Kush to break a bit. Look at the fight over here. Iceni, man. Iceni's doing a great job. Galatian legionaries pushing in. And the two Greek factions here are still holding their position. But it's not looking good for Kush and Galatia. It seems like the Iceni and Boei are actually going to take this one unless we see something drastically change here. But so far, it seems like Iceni and Boei have this battle well under control. It's still really close to tell, but yeah, no, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. I definitely think Boei's winning, but it's still going to be pretty close. It's going to be very close. We also have the general moving for Kushite Royal Guard. It's time for him to commit. I mean, Kush doesn't really have that much of an army left. And all forces are converging over on this side. I think Galatia realizes that they've got to defeat the army in front of them quickly, because over to their flank over there, Boei is going to be coming like an avalanche down a mountain. They're going to come crashing in and just completely sideswiping the Galatian forces. So yeah, they've got to commit, and this is not good. The Seleucids should probably commit to the fight now, because what the Seleucids need to do, again, let's do some slow motion here. If this battle is losing over here for the Seleucid allies, or the allies of the Seleucids, Kush and the Galatian force, they need to defeat Macedon in time so they can shift over and prepare for the other victors of this part of the battle. Now this is very close. Iceni starting to break here in the center. Let's see how this progresses. Very, very close battle, guys. Very close. Very intense. Remember, these players are playing for something important here. This isn't just some random pitch battle. And I think Iceni and Boei realize that Galatia is doing pretty well in the center, and they are now quickly shifting over reinforcements to support that fight. Let's see. Oh, now we have the general. The general, which is a dismounted unit, a foot unit, Galatian noblemen. They're going to move over and try to protect the flank here. They've got to move fast, though. But it's only one unit. It's only one unit. They can only do so much. A lot of Iceni breaking. That is not good, but it's exactly what the Hungry Wolves need to turn this one around, because like I said, the Boei are defeating Kush, but it's so close still. And Kush is still in this game, folks. They are still fighting the good fight. You got small pockets of troops duking it out. Just duking it out. But all Kush needs to do at this point is delay Boei. Well, Galatia, they're starting to lose on this flank. They're starting to lose on the flank, and they're now trying to shift over more noblemen to hold that flank. But they've got to move quickly. Over here, Galatia is victorious, defeated some Iceni infantry. They need to keep moving, but now they're going to get charged. They're going to get charged by Cav, and I don't think they're ready for this. He must be microing elsewhere. Oh, no! Big charge by the Iceni, taking out a unit that's just sitting there, vulnerable to attack. Heroic Nobles fighting the good fight against Galatia. Now, look at these two armies still have done nothing. And I think the Seleucids are finally going to send some reinforcements to help Galatia. I'm really shocked by that. I think it's too late. The Seleucids waited too long. Boei now shifting over what he has left, what survived this gruesome battle over here. Kush is going to retreat his cav out of there, which is a good move. Even though it's kind of hopeless for him, they can still get a lot of kills if they go for, you know, rear charges and whatnot. So it's wise to try to spare this cav for the late game. But this is intense. And now look, oh, Macedon charging in with companion cavalry. This flank here is very heated. It's very important. Iceni now moving up a general unit, which is the Heroic Nobles. And also they've got the Veteran Riders over there. Okay, there goes the Seleucids now fighting Iceni. The Seleucids are now fighting Iceni. They've spared one unit of Thorax Swordsmen to help out their ally. Archer fire now coming in from the Seleucids as well. They are doing their best to try to help their allies, but it just looks like it's not going to be enough. Wait, Galatia coming in for a rear charge. They are desperately trying to hold on here. Galatia, they still, you know, he still got units, he still got a chance. Here comes another cav charge. Oh, charged into a Heroic Nobles here, also taking on some cav. General charging in over here, breaking the Galatian spirit, breaking their forces. And now Boei is committing in their forces, trying to surround the Galatian cav. Oof, oof. So, is this battle over? Absolutely not. Look at that balance of power. This is still anyone's game. Yes, Iceni is going to be victorious here against Galatia. Yes, Boei is victorious against Kush. But what they have left is not a ton. It's not like they have overwhelming numbers here. They can still, the Seleucid player can be a clutch player here, and he can win this one. I think he can still do it. It's just a matter of how he maintains his cav. If he can keep his cav all the way to the bitter end of this battle, I think he still has a chance. I think he needs to use his medium cav here defensively. Don't be aggressive. Use him defensively. And once you defeat the Macedonian cav, then there's really no cav standing in your way. So then you can just ride around and do as much damage as possible. But look at this. Galatia now using their cav to, again, help the Seleucids. That's great. I mean, Galatia's still got some units. Unfortunately, I think the Kush cav was chased down, I believe, over here maybe. I don't know. The Kush cav was taken out, if I am not mistaken. So it's really down to, I mean, really, it's one player with his ally having control of two cav units. And you know, if you're gonna have two units, if you're down to 2 units and both of them are healthy cav units, that's a good 2 units. Like, these 2 units could easily rack up a lot of kills. But we'll see. We'll see. And now the Seleucids are gonna be taking defensive positions here, which is wise. They're gonna make a more of a U shape here instead of a straight line, because they're gonna be being hit by many sides, many sides. Now, what you could do here, I don't know. Iceni still has a solid force of cav. That's going to be a problem. Well, what I was going to say is what you could do is you could send these 2 units over to this flank and try to quickly defeat the Macedonian cav in an epic cav brawl. Hopefully defeat them and then send the cav back to deal with the enemy Iceni cav. And you know, Iceni, they know what they're doing. They're gonna go ahead and take advantage of the fact that the Galatian cav is leaving that post, and they're gonna move up and put some pressure on the Seleucid flank. And the Seleucids are kind of dropping back here. I think they're just retreating the infantry to buy more time. And yeah, this is what it looks like they're gonna be doing. They're gonna be fully committing here to a cav charge. I bet the Glacian cav will peel off and go for the archers, but we'll see. Well, Mastodon's holding their ground. Mastodon is holding their ground. Let's see. They're charging in. Oh, baby. Nice cav charge. Remember, they got the spear unit supporting. Look at, they're throwing jab. They're not even fully committing yet. They're using their range ammo to soften these guys up. And they're trying to get behind them. General now charging in. Oh, no. The Glacian forces from Macedon. That's awesome. There goes the charge into the spears. Not looking good. Not looking good for the Seleucids. Let's see what happens here. I mean, this medium cavalry is pretty tough. So, well, they're breaking. It's not looking good. And sure enough, we've got a square formation forming with the Seleucids. Again, this is far from over, guys. Look at the balance of power. It's slightly in favor of Corby Fist Bader, but we could see the Seleucids pull off a miracle here because they've got pikemen. They're now retreating their general. That's smart, you know, keep the general alive. They are pursuing them, but you know, if they get them out of there, that's going to be good. So they realize that, hey, we just lost the cav battle. We have no more cav. So we need to form a box because that way cav cannot get behind us. And that's essentially what he's done. General is trying to rush back over here. He's making an opening for the general, I assume. And there we go. He's going to reform. I don't think that was really necessary, but it was pretty cool watching. Like, make way for the general. These are troubling times. You know, like I'd be terrified if I was a Seleucid soldier being surrounded here by so many forces. The Seleucids have officially lost this cav engagement, guys. It's not looking good. It's not looking good for them. And they're now shifting around. So at this point, what you want to do, if you ever take on this formation's pretty easy to take on. I don't recommend, like, oftentimes I'll see newer players do this, like right at the beginning of the battle where they'll form a square. I think in situations like these, like in a situation like this, in this battle, this is the best time to form this square formation because you don't have the cav to protect your flanks and you're outnumbered, so it's not like you can, you know, you can't defend every flank, so you might as well form a box, and that way you are protecting everywhere. Now, again, I don't recommend this strategy if a battle just begun, because newer players will do that. Again, I'm not saying the Seleucid player is new here. In fact, I think he's doing the smartest move here, which is forming a square. Because, again, he's going to just hope that his infantry can hold out. Again, the balance of power is not, this battle has not been decided yet. Now, what you want to do taking on these square formations, what I personally like to do, this may not be the best idea, but of course, if you have archers, you definitely want to try to soften up the defenders. And what I try to do is focus on one unit to break through. Don't just attack one unit, try to attack, you know, different areas, but really focus your best units or add 2 units over here and try to break through a single point. Just get through one unit and you poke a hole in this box formation and you're good to go. He's got 1 unit of reserve. He's got pikemen. 1 unit of pikemen he can shift around to reinforce. Try to stay, again, I would attack over here because the pikemen are kind of far away. But we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. So we're gonna fast forward a little bit here, guys, because we're just seeing troops shift around. I think we are seeing a little bit of a skirmish from the slingers. Which, yep, sure enough, they are. Oh, let's hold it here. We've got a general charge. Look at this. The Seleucids charging at the general, trying to get these slingers and trying to save his archers. At the very least, it bought time for his archers to not die. The general most likely will retreat back into his cave, into his hole here. And let's see. Now the armies are they're going to hit them from all different sides, which is great. Now we got some spears skirmishing. Oh, nice little retreat there. I kind of like that. Kind of left the range of those skirmishers. Now he's shifting up a unit of silver shield swordsmen to kind of use the big shields to protect that unit. The pikemen are now shifting over here. The Seleucids, man, they know what they're doing in this situation. They know what they're doing. And really, at this point, they just have to wait out the skirmishers. Hopefully, Macedonia has used up a lot of their ammo, so they can't sit back for too long. Oh, did he charge out? Look at this. He charged out a unit. So even though he's in this square formation, he's just not sitting back and just taking it. He's actually trying to do something here and be aggressive when he feels like he needs to be aggressive and try to get something done. There he goes again. There he goes again. Excellent. Most players would just sit there. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, baby. That was juicy. Look at these guys drop. Very good play by this Seleucid player. Unfortunately, archers are breaking, but that's okay. I mean, archers in this situation, they're important because, you know, you can kill the enemy from afar, but it's better that your archers are taking enemy archer ammo instead of your infantry. 5 minutes left in the replay. We're going to fast forward a little bit longer here. See what happens. Again, we're in no rush. Again, infantry charging out. Ooh, that's risky. Let's see if they get charged here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So you got a little too aggressive there. Already you've got the gap in the line. He's going to quickly reform, reshift the lines here. And, you know, it's really, since there's so much cav left, just charging sword units is a great tactic. You know, obviously don't charge the pikes. See, like that. Boom. Just charge them, because there's nothing they can do really. I mean, they're just going to take heavy casualties every charge, and this shock cav is going to go in and out without taking casualties. They might lose one or two here and there, but yeah, yep. Now the archers are moving up. I mean, they're taking this slow. They're taking their time here because they can. Because the Seleucids are just sitting ducks, and there's really not much they can do. Especially the fact that they have basically been declawed because they don't have any cav. There you go. Is that a Macedonian? What the hell? Stuck in the enemy lines. But yeah, archers just opening fire on these guys. I mean, archers are now shifting back over to try to compete with Macedon. Macedon has such a healthy army that there's not much they can really do here. And look at, they completely have surrounded the Seleucids. Completely surrounded. And it just feels like a cat cat playing with its food, basically. That's what it seems. Now, that's not exactly what's happening. Of course, they're just being cautious. They're using every resource they can to soften up the defense here before they charge in. But I just don't... Yeah, I think the Seleucids has just kind of had enough. They're going to try to focus their attack on one army here. So they are completely shifting over this way. And now they're going in for a charge. They're going to go out in a blaze of glory, which is the honorable way of doing it. I think they're going to try to concentrate. Wow, that was actually pretty nice there. They didn't even fully, they just committed enough to engage the Iceni. Look at that. That was actually a really cheeky move there. I like that a lot. So you see what they did there is they moved the box closer to the Iceni to make them think they're going in for a charge, and then they just reformed the box, which forced the guys, you know, the infantry to engage. Oh, he's shifting over here. Good move by Iceni, or Seleucids, sorry. There we go, more units charging in. And there we go, we got units charging. I think he's going to make his box smaller. He's making a tighter formation. I love the fight in this guy, man. You got to give him that. Not giving up. Who knows, maybe you can get a chain route. You never know. There we go. I mean, this is a good fight for the Seleucids because enemies are really clumping up here. Skirmishers trying to focus down the pikes. Pikes really don't have a choice. They have to just sit there and take it. Not much they can do there. And that's going to be tough. Oh, God, that cav charge. Woo. Woo! Okay, the balance of power is getting a little out of hand. It looks like the Seleucids most likely will lose this one. And the Hungry Wolves will most likely lose this pitch battle. Things are just chaotic in the front lines. So we're just going to sit back here, enjoy the slaughter. Seleucid's trying to maintain any sort of organization here, trying to maintain the lines. Nice little charge here by the swordsman. And now we have Iceni holding back reserves. Looks like, well, they're breaking Boei, but it's just not enough. And the box is crumbling, guys. And I think at any second here, we're going to see a mass rout because the flanks are not secure. And sure enough, guys, the Seleucids are breaking. They are breaking, and it looks like this fight is going to, like I said, end in a defeat for the Hungry Wolves. That was a hell of a pitch battle. Very strategic. Very strategic, but I just think the battle was won over here. The battle was won over here. Iceni and Boei did an excellent job of working together. Corby Fistbaiter is going to take this one. Now remember, though, guys, that so now that you know which team won here, Corby Fistbaiter did not show up. They had some issues. Not everybody could get on to the agreed upon time. And the Hungry Wolves were saying, hey, shouldn't that be a forfeit because you guys didn't show up? Now, they actually went to me to decide what should happen. Obviously, I didn't want these two great teams to end their matchup in a forfeit. That would be disaster. So I said, well, what if Hungry Wolves, even though they lost the pitch battle, let them decide if they wanted to defend or attack? Because, yes, the Hungry Wolves showed up. Corby Fistbaiter did not. So I think eventually what happened is that so the Hungry Wolves agreed that, okay, that sounds fair. They're going to defend. And the Corby Fistbaiter, they said that they'd do it, but they want to pick the map. So they got to pick the map, but the Hungry Wolves are defending. So again, this pitch battle doesn't really matter because of the issue of Corby Fistbaiter team not showing up. But they are going to play. They've already played. So get ready for that epic matchup of the tiebreaker siege battle. It's going to be some bad blood in that battle. It's going to be awesome. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up here, guys, for this one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time on the battlefield.